I procrastinate more than I masturbate. Hey-oh, we're live. Don't use that. We're gonna cut in when you're here. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
I procrastinate because I masturbate.
I got time for one or the other, man. Like, seriously. Grab me a brew.
Reproductive or splooge.
Hey, grab me a brew too on your way in, please. I don't have to get up. Oh, hey, well, you know what time it be. It's Johnny Blois and myself, Dan MacIsaac. Ready for another exciting installment of the Ion podcast. What's going on?
Sounds like you almost forgot the name of the podcast.
I've been sleep deprived for the last little bit. Christmas has been kind of kicking the shit out of me, but you know, I got all my shopping done in one fucking day. You done yet?
No.
One fucking day. Me and Emily took yesterday because we don't work weekends. It's like when we're done our work this week, Emily's off on vacation for work. I'm off on vacation from work except for Monday. I gotta go back on this one day.
Yeah, me too. I'm off this weekend, and then I work on fucking Monday.
I'll drink to that.
I have 24th, 25th, 26th off. I work Friday, and then I work that weekend. But then I also have like that next Monday off, and then I have New Year's Day.
Eve off?
New Year's Day. Not New Year's Eve at work, but I have New Year's Day and the day after off, recovery day. Gave myself 2 recovery days.
I have.
I'm old.
I'm up there.
Yeah.
It takes me a good couple of days to recover from a hangover. But with me, I'm in Monday, tomorrow, half day or even full day off, my choice on Tuesday, Christmas Eve. And then I'm off from then until the following Monday, and then a couple days off in between for like New Year's and all that shit. So I got a good chunk of time off. So I didn't want to spend a lot of my weekend fucking around the mall looking for all these gifts.
Dude, I hate shopping on Christmas, man.
Oh, it was a fucking nut house, man.
It's not even that. So okay, I drive a lot.
I know.
For my job and then just in my life. And I just can't stand Christmas driving.
Order your shit online. It's 2020 almost.
Yeah.
Get some shit on Amazon.
I never really okay, so I only buy Christmas gifts for my immediate family, which is my mom, my father, and
your bro,
my brother. My father it's always the same.
Yeah.
My mom, I just never know what to get her because it's the same thing. Well,
Preach,
I always ask for what
I
always ask for my Christmas present. Like, you know, it's like, I'd like this.
Yeah.
And it's something reasonable, like reasonably priced, reasonably.
Yeah, same.
Something I'd want. But for my mom, though, it's like, well, she gets whatever she wants herself. So it's like, you know, it's not like she needs fucking, like, I, you know, have a bunch of hobbies and stupid shit that I do.
Yeah,
I always want something stupid.
See, this is where the greatest gift on earth, the fucking gift card, comes to play. Because a lot of it, my parents...
I thought it was just cash was the greatest gift.
Cash? Yeah, give me fucking money. But my parents are easiest as... They say, don't bother. We don't need gifts this year for birthdays, Christmases, what the fuck ever. It's like, no, you do a lot of shit for us. You know, me and my brothers and, you know, the rest of my family, whatever. So it's like, you know what? You know, we'll get you something. It's usually, they like the garden for one, so I'll get them gift cards to the gardening place like Kent and, you know.
Just get them some hose.
They do like that too. Mom and Dad had a lot of hose at their house, but that's another
How many hose
story.
do they have?
Do
they only have big hose or do they like small hose too?
It's a mess back there. But that being said, this year is the first time I've actually purchased an actual physical gift from both my parents. I'm not going to say what it is. I mean, they'll listen to this eventually. Okay, I'll say what it is. They won't listen to this.
Well, okay.
This probably won't even go before Christmas anyways.
I might put it up today, depending on how much.
Well,
and I don't want to do it. So I'm thinking today. I was actually thinking too. We shouldn't have we're not going to do a long, crazy podcast.
No.
Because
Christmas
normally
is coming.
we fuck up and it takes me like fucking hours to edit.
Yeah, no. We'll
but
keep this. Maybe
I would like to do a simple one, and then we'll just throw it up tonight.
We'll just
our
say
Christmas special.
Yeah, we'll just say what we're doing for the Christmas holidays and whatnot, and you know, for traveling, whatever. But I got my mom. My mom just discovered the beauty music on her phone. She just got a brand
So
new
did mine.
smartphone. Yeah, well, mom's, she's in her 60s, so sorry, mom. So she's always used to having music on a CD or on the radio. So I was like, I'll show. My mom recently got a Bluetooth speaker from a friend,
Okay.
and she said, I've been listening to music on my phone on YouTube. I was like, oh, fucking A. And I was like, I got a great idea. My mom likes to walk, like, do walking. Like when she works and her break is on, she's taking a break, she will walk up to public gardens or whatever's near. She works at the hospital. So Epiphany. Long story short, I got my mom a pair of Bluetooth headphones for her phone so she can walk and listen to music. And I'm going to give her a thumb drive worth of music to put on her computer so she can put it on herself. Like, I know
Your
what
music? Or
the music she likes.
All of a sudden, your mom's like, last note to Emperor while she's
Yeah. It's like some Dimmu Borgir, some Morbid Angel there. Cattle decapitation. No, it's going to be stuff she likes. And my dad, we were at Coles the other day, bookstore. Dad's a big sports fanatic, so it was either a book on like hockey or baseball. I saw this. Dad's huge into boxing, especially the golden age of boxing, which is like years ago.
Your dad should meet my stepfather there because
he's into boxing too.
Yeah,
right?
well,
you too.
My stepfather used to train boxing. He was going to box. There's something that he just, medically it just wasn't good for him to box. It's not medically, it's not good for anybody to box.
No,
but he was just a little bit worse off for wear for some odd reason. But yeah.
Well, you should talk to my dad because my dad, back in like I'd say the 60s into the 70s and 80s, my dad would go to every boxing match that hit this town in Halifax. The Forum.
Your father might know who my father's family is because his brother Mike trained boxers forever.
Your dad,
his brother's brother? Now his brother's Mike's son, Mike.
My dad's name Mike too. This is gonna be very confusing.
And shit,
a lot of Mikes.
Yeah, but he actually
Dad,
boxed. He actually boxed, and I remember watching like.
My dad probably knows
like
him.
a
He
video
boxed
at
locally
just
here.
at the Forum, or something like that, years and years ago. He was young. Now.
What's his full name?
Mike. He probably would have been under Maurice Supple. Mike Supple is his father.
Right.
Patty Supple is my stepfather, my father, whatever. But he won. Sorry, he lost that fight. But I watched the fight. He won that fight. We went to a decision and he lost, and I was like, no. But anyway, so normally with boxing, it's like, man, boxing is a weird sport because you lose once or twice, your career can be over.
If you're hit, just that one hit, you go down, like you get brain damage or whatever, you're fucked, man. Like,
it's not, there's that. Like, there's a lot. Actually, okay, there's deaths in boxing. Oh, yeah. There has not been a death in MMA. Now, MMA is still kind of young, but
boxing's been around for generations.
Boxing has been around for like over 100 years and probably even longer than fucking that. But it's just like, you can get a lot of fucking damage from it. But
well, I mean, you take a lot of fucking hits in boxing, man. A lot of like.
That's the thing. Those padded fucking gloves, man, are not good.
They still hurt.
It's.
You can get concussions so fucking easily.
So when you get an MMA fight, when you get an MMA fight, if I punch you, and you get knocked out, that's probably only going to be after a few punches.
Yeah.
But in boxing.
Because
MMA have just small, all those MMA gloves do just protect the knuckles. Yeah. That's it. That's all it's doing, just so you don't break your knuckles. A boxing glove is a big ass fucking pad on your hand. Yeah. So the 3 punches it would take me to knock you out with MMA gloves is going to be versus maybe 15 or 20 punches you're going to have to take for me to try to knock you out with a boxing glove. So you're not getting knocked out with every punch, but you're getting jarred with every punch.
Well,
so would you rather get jarred with 3 punches or 20? You're like,
Yeah, true.
And also in MMA, there's lots of submissions and shit too. So it's not always knockouts and stuff like that. Sometimes people you can lose a fight and not have an injury. Like all of a sudden somebody takes your back, starts to choke you out, you tap,
you're done.
You're done. And you're not
20 seconds.
You're not beat. You're not cut. No damage. You lost a fight. You won the fight. Whatever. It's like there can be a boxing fight or boxing match. Somebody's getting hurt.
Well, I've seen some of the. I've seen it was a countdown of like Mike Tyson, some of his best knockouts. Motherfucker could beat a guy to death in like one round.
Dude, man, I watched some like because I'm a big fight fan, and like
You ever like boxing growing up? Did you ever watch it?
I wasn't big into boxing. I am more into boxing now because I got through from like the MMA, and then actually Conor McGregor, man. Okay, I used to like UFC a lot, and back when George J. St. Pierre was the man and all that shit, and then I kind of waned away from it for a little bit.
What about Crow Cop?
And then
Whatever happened to him?
Crow Cop. He's
Back in Croatia, imagine.
no, I think he's retired now. He was like lately. He was more like win one, lose one, win one, lose one. But that's the thing. So like I'm watching like me. I'm 160 pounds maybe around there, and 5'8" maybe around there.
Soaking wet.
5'8" soaking wet.
Does that make sense?
No.
We'll be
I'm
right back with the word from our sponsor.
I might be 160 pounds soaking wet, but my height has nothing to do with how wet I am.
You're getting me wet. Holy fuck.
But, you know, so like, and you look at these guys like Mike Tyson, if he had one punch to punch me in my head, just his full force, I'm probably going to die.
I mean,
from a one punch from Mike Tyson. Even now.
Are you talking bare fist or boxing glove?
Probably either. Mike Tyson, like,
he was a knockout kid.
Twice his size.
Yeah, he was a knockout kid, man. When he was in his prime, when he was young, he was an up-and-coming star. He was recognized, man, because he was punching out motherfuckers left, right, and center, man.
Oh,
like,
dude,
he was the guy.
Wrecked people.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some of his matches, man. He is fucking terrifying. Like, I know, and he had a lot of domestic shit, you know, during his career, you know.
I know his story pretty well,
yeah.
And you know, him growing up, he had some issues and and he got over that during his beginning of his career in boxing, and then years later, his main head coach, who was like his father figure, like, you know, that was the guy who took him in and just trained him and then taught him how to not only box, but just how to be a good person, just to be a person. He died. And then Don King took over.
Oh, yes.
Yep. And then Don King fucking, you know, just did all his stupid shit. And then Mike Tyson went broke. Mike Tyson had issues. And what the fuck do you expect when you know, he doesn't have like a family member, like a rock to hold on to. So it just like, and that happens to people now. Which is great about Mike Tyson. I didn't think it was going to happen, but did. He's very like he's more in the media now. He's a celebrity, but he knows how to. He's more self-aware. Yeah. He can make fun of himself. He can, you know, he's not angry. He's not whatever. He's just
mellowed out a lot.
He's mellowed out, yeah, perfectly. And now he's Mike Tyson.
He smokes weed now. He like grows and smokes weed.
He has his own podcast. That's what they do. He talks to fucking like famous people and fucking smokes weed.
Like, he's really, really fucking mellowed out over the years, man. Like, I would love to meet him. I saw him on a celebrity roast. They were roasting. Who the fuck was it? Steve-O was on it. Yeah, and he was the jokes. Oh, like he had them, man. Like Mike Tyson stole the fucking show from me, man.
Okay, so actually I remember that, and I remember them saying like people were like going on about Mike Tyson, like saying like, oh, Mike Tyson's like he must be on something or whatever, like he was like high or not just weed, but like high on drugs or whatever. And I'm like, but I watched that and I was like, no,
he's just high in life.
He wasn't that wasn't him being high. That was him being funny.
Yeah.
Like him, and
it was funny.
And it was very like, you know, this is Mike Tyson being funny. It's ridiculous and it's funny.
Like he has a great personality. I would love to meet him. And have have a conversation with him, you know, and just like, you know, get to meet the guy, get to know him on a personal level. It'd be fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, man. I would love to meet Mike Tyson. But yeah. Fuck, man, I would not want to get punched by that
guy. Not an actual real punch, like, because if like even in a boxing glove, and it was a solid hit, lights the fuck out, man. You're going down.
Oh, you're knocked out 100%. Yeah, sure, you are knocked out.
Like, you see when Steve-O on that same roast launched himself at
Yeah, that
Mike's
was
fist.
kind of stupid. He was like, "I'm gonna take a punch from Mike Tyson," and then he just like runs like Mike Tyson held his fist out, and
Yeah.
Steve-O jumped into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, just if you're gonna fucking you're Steve-O, just take a punch from him. And
Just take an
it's fine.
actual punch.
Tyson's
like,
not gonna fucking like go all out and fucking
No,
knock
he's
you
not
out
gonna
like he's gonna
maul you to
yeah.
death, but speaking of which,
But just like tell Mike Tyson, just like, you know, a little like a
Little-
quick jab in the face
yeah, a
or
little
something
rapid
like
punch or
that.
something.
If you're Steve-O, I'm not gonna do it.
no, Steve-O's done some worse shit in his life, man. But speaking of which, 2021 has been confirmed that a new Jackass film will be either made or
Start production.
start production for
That's good.
2021. What are your thoughts? Because I'm either way for it, because I'd love to see a new Jackass film, but you know, they're older now. They're in their a lot of them are in their 50s now, man. Like, I don't know if they have it in them anymore. Bam Margera was on just a fucking shit show of a rant recently last over a year. He was on Dr. Phil.
He's
been going through some shit.
Since Dunn died.
He's been a train wreck.
Yeah,
Maybe
and honestly,
he's found his way now, but
It's
what do you think? Yay or nay?
I don't.
Should they do
I'm
a
not,
new movie?
Okay, number one, I was gonna say this for Bam Margera. I'm not holding any judgment towards him whatsoever, because like, I've been through some shit with friends dying and shit like that.
Same.
But everybody in his position, like, you people don't know how to cope with shit. So I would like, what I want to see is all of them sober and doing their shit. But that's what makes it good. I don't want to see a fucking drunk Bam. I don't want to see a healthy fucking Steve-O and
Steve-O
all that shit.
Steve-O cleaned himself up
Steve-O's
rather
super
well.
healthy now.
Yep.
And
He's
I
off drugs and
hope
booze.
Bam figures out his shit.
I think he might have, because I think that's why they're kind of doing, because Bam was on Dr. Phil about his drug abuse and his alcohol abuse. I was following him on Instagram. He was a fucking wreck. All these rants he was on, they didn't make any fucking sense. Like,
After Dunn died,
Dunn
he
died.
just went total
collapsed.
alcoholic.
yeah, and he was blaming his mother for shit, man. Like, and his, like,
No,
don't
it
throw
was
your
just-
family under the bus for your fuck
No,
up, man. Like,
Dude, what his family did for him,
oh yeah.
just the shit that they had to deal with that
Well,
show.
they appeared on the movie and the shows all the fucking time.
He pranked them guys
Do you know-
all
do you
the
know-
time. My mother would have killed me.
Oh, mine too, and my dad. Odorous from Guar.
Yeah.
Was on an episode. He climbed in. They had a night vision camera, and he climbed in full Guar gear in his parents' bed during the night. And April was freaking the fuck out. I was like, "Babe," and Phil's like, "Babe, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And Odorous starts crying because he says he's like he's afraid of the dark. We have to bring up the clip or watch it at some point. It's not now, but I'll show it to you in a bit. We can probably incorporate it as long as MTV doesn't fucking pull the plug on it, which it probably will. But it was fucking, I grew up watching, well, not growing up. I grew up, in my teenage years, into my 20s, I watched the Jackass show. The movies, the original movies are fucking, I love them. CKY, the CKY series is fucking hilarious, which spawned into, the Jackass series. And
I never watched a lot of CKY.
Oh, you should, dude. It's
I've
Jackass
seen it.
before Jackass.
Yeah, I know, and I've seen it, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Jackass.
It's more, lower budget, but it's still funny as fuck. I grew up watching that shit too. But actually, Bam's brother is in the band CKY.
No, yeah, I know.
What the fuck's his name?
They actually, because John a couple years ago, he was showing me videos of like they got a new member or whatever of the
CKY.
band.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then the music kind of sounded a little bit more poppy, like almost like what's that fucking band? They're fucking from Europe. The guy from Anthrax is now in the band.
Which guy?
Rob something Yano. They had that. Oh my god!
Name a song. Name a.
I'm trying to think of the song.
Name an
I'm not even
album.
trying to think of the melody, but all I can think is the guitar solo.
They're a metal band. Yeah. No, well,
But they're kind of like Metallica if it was Metallica from like Norway or something like that.
God, who are you talking about? Not fucking. I have no fucking idea.
Okay, I'm gonna do some research here for 1 sec. It'll take me 1 sec because I just gotta find out.
Okay. What are you looking up? Like,
I'm gonna look up Anthrax's Rob Caggiano. Okay, and now he is in the band.
See if we can bring up a picture.
Volbeat.
Moby?
Volbeat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually thinking about that.
So it sounded like that kind. Yeah. Well, why didn't you fucking say that then?
I was thinking of it, but I didn't know that was what you were talking about. I like some
so
Volbeat.
it kind of sounds like that to me, like the new CKY stuff. But again, so it's not that original. It's just like
they probably did it because they wanted more commercial success, and Volbeat's very successal and very, very popular.
No, that's what people fucking sell out for.
Well, there's a market for every kind of music, right? So not everybody's gonna like X amount of music or whatever, and fill in the blank. But
I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but I have like it's not really a conspiracy theory, but music. If I don't care if you listen to country, I don't care if you listen to pop, I don't care if you listen to rock. Most of the time, it's all 4-chord songs. Hip hop doesn't really do it too much because it's just beats over, their hooks or their lyrics and
Beats
shit.
by Dre.
But that's a
you can hear
headphones. But
give an example. What kind of song are we talking about here? Like,
well, no, like you name a country song, it's probably a 4-chord song.
Are we talking like modern country, like nowadays, or?
Yeah, more
Okay.
so that
Okay,
more
yeah.
pop country. The way music is now, because so if you listen to almost any Journey song, it's all 4-chord songs.
I hate Journey, by the way. I can't.
Boston's
I don't care
More Than a Feeling.
4-chord progression.
Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nirvana was never really known for their innovation.
So like
music,
these 4-chord songs are everywhere. Any Justin Bieber song, any fucking other song, like so, and people buy it. People want it.
Yep.
People.
There's a market for
it. But that's the thing. The market is because they don't like music is not important enough to them to appreciate technique or uniqueness of a song.
Like are we talking with the band? Are we talking like Nirvana? Would it be every track, every song?
No.
Certain, like probably their hits, maybe. But
so, whatchamacallit? So, Smells Like Teen Spirit's 4-chord song. Fucking Heart-Shaped Box, a 3-chord song.
For people that are not musicians, can you explain what you mean by chords?
So you'll listen to a song. Now, almost any song you listen to on the radio is a
like chords on the guitar?
No. Chord. No, just chords. Yeah. So like you have a chord, an A chord. You have a C chord. You have a D chord. You have an E chord.
Drop D chord. If you're
no. These are just chords. A drop D is like how you tune a guitar.
Yeah.
To make a certain pitch, but you can. But so it's just I play the A, I play the C, I play the G, play the E, and then so Journey did that, and then fucking
probably Toto and all those other fucking bands.
Toto's actually, dude. Okay, I'm actually learning a lot more about Toto lately. They were some fucking amazing musicians.
Yeah, no,
they pretty much wrote Thriller.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain.
The piano
Michael
player,
Jackson's fucking Thriller?
Yes.
How?
The piano player for Toto wrote Human Nature.
Really?
There's video of him playing it, like his demo of playing it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Really?
Like just like how he came up with that song.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now again, there's 4-chord songs in all these pop music. I love Michael Jackson. Like he's my first music. He is my biggest inspiration in music. The only reason why I listen to music is because Michael Jackson, and everything that I listen to stemmed off of Michael Jackson, subconsciously or consciously. I realized it was really funny because there was a song "Give In to Me" that has Slash on it.
Mhm.
So I was always a Michael Jackson fan. Had Dangerous album. Listening like "Give In to Me," one of my favorite songs. And just before that, though, I was getting into Guns N' Roses, and I love Guns N' Roses. They're my favorite band. And then I was just like, one day I'm like reading the fucking insert to the CD for Dangerous, and it says
Featuring
"Give In to Me,"
Slash.
guitar Slash. I'm like, and I ran out to the kitchen. Mom, did you know Slash was on this song? She's like, yeah, you didn't know that?
Mm.
It's like, I thought that's why you liked it. Like, no. So it was
What year did that come out again?
91, 92.
Okay, yeah, because that's like the height of like GNR and like
It was the height of GNR.
MJ's been around since the 70s, man.
Oh,
Like
60s.
60, 70, yeah.
69, I think he was like
All the Jackson
68,
5 and, like-
69, yeah. Which again, all that shit I love.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's just like everything stemmed from him. My love of music, all the way even going into heavy
Well, one
metal,
of my
rock
first
and roll
albums,
started
and it
from
was an
Michael
album,
Jackson.
was Michael Jackson's Thriller. We had it on vinyl, the original, like an original
I have
pressing
2
from the
copies.
80s. Original?
Yeah. No, I had an original. I have an original.
Yeah.
I am very upset because I lost somewheres. I don't have it now. Was the paper sheath for the
Inside
record,
the liner, yeah.
where it had his drawing of like, you know, this like just like a horror scene, like monsters and ghosts and shit
Yeah.
that he drew, and I was in there, and that's on the original, and I had that. And I looked at both of my copies, and it's not in there. And I have
Oh, so
no
like
idea what I
repressings
did.
do not have the.
I think it's all now. I don't think they do now. I think it's just like this. They just do the plastic sheet or whatever.
Whatever
the
you
fuck they put
you
it
don't
in.
know what happened to it.
I don't know. I lost or something. Like when I was like actually started looking for that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I was like, do I have that? I remember having that. And
Yeah.
I remember. So I don't know how great my memory is, but I used to live in this place when I was 12, and I remember looking at it then, and that's the last memory I have of it. And I don't know what I did with it afterwards.
Probably lost in a move somewhere, or got
Most likely.
misplaced,
Or somebody stole it.
or somebody stole it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, going way back, I'm talking like early 2000s. I was still in high school. I went to go see a then ex-girlfriend in Toronto. I don't know if I told you the story.
A then ex-girlfriend or a girlfriend?
No,
at the
well,
time?
she was an ex that wanted to get back. We were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about getting back together, and she was in Toronto. I was like, you know, Halloween's coming. Why don't you come up? There's a Halloween party we can go to in Toronto. I was like, I'm humming and hawing over. I was like, do I go see an ex-girlfriend, you know, who wants to rekindle? And I said, yeah, why not? Anyways, long story short, she ended up cheating on me. I found out. Hey, that's a great couple $100 down the shitter that I flew out there for her.
Wait, okay, if you don't mind me asking,
Uh-huh.
and feel free to just let me know. But so, did she cheat on you before you guys broke up?
No,
This time, okay. Now, when you went up to see her afterwards, did she cheat on you?
it was when I was on
On
route
route,
to Toronto.
she cheated on
She
you.
met this guy, and they kind of hooked up, and yeah.
But you guys were broken up though.
Yeah, so I couldn't hold
I've been
everything
in the same
against her.
situation.
Oh yeah. And
I have a very, very similar situation. And
well,
it's
here, let me
almost-
get to
and it's
let me
almost
get to my
both ways.
point here.
It's almost both ways, and it actually just fucked
Well,
up the relationship.
I was on my way. I was on the plane. I landed, and I get, you know, a couple hours in, I could already tell something was not meshing well, and she ended up saying, admitting it. Yeah, I met this guy, and you know, we're seeing each other. It's like, I just flew from fucking Halifax to Toronto to rekindle this relationship. Anyways, that's not even the point. We got in a fight and yelling match or whatever. We squashed it. That's not the point. When I was staying up there, they had a friend staying with them in the apartment, her uncle's apartment she was staying with. Anyways, we went out downtown drinking, and he stayed back, and I had all my shit there. I had a suitcase worth of CDs that I brought up with me. I had my Discman. It was the early 2000s. We had CDs and Discmans
Yeah.
there. And I came back, all of her uncle's money and credit cards are gone. This guy is gone too.
Wait, he was living there?
Yeah, briefly, because he had no place to go. Apparently, he was a coke addict, and he didn't bother telling us. So we come back from drinking downtown. All of her uncle's money and even hidden money is gone. Credit card's gone. Everything was kind of askew, right? So we know somebody was going through shit. He went through my suitcase. He took all my fucking CDs. Speaking of people stealing music, all my CDs gone. And we're looking at each other. It was such and such.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I was robbed by a cokehead in
I was
Toronto.
robbed by a
so
crackhead.
not only what?
I've been robbed by a crackhead.
Oh, yeah. It's not fun, is it?
No.
We went out for a great night. I don't even know why I stayed. This might have been before I found out because the whole story's kind of fucking a mishmash. Anyways, yeah. So I've had shit stolen from me. I wasn't even living in my fucking city at the time. So it was just going to Toronto my first time left a bad. It was like when Homer went to New York in The Simpsons and left a bad taste. That was me going to Toronto, and I've been back ever since. I saw Rush. I saw Rush in Toronto. Oh yeah. Anyways, man, it was a bad time. So I flew back.
Wash it down with Mountain Dew or crab juice.
Give me crab juice.
Crab juice.
They don't air that episode anymore
Really?
because of the Twin Towers.
Oh,
Remember? Yeah. I don't know because Disney Plus now owns the rights to Fox and Simpsons. I don't know if they have it on there now, but I know in syndication on
I'm
cable,
surprised.
they don't air the show.
I'm surprised that Disney bought
Fox.
The Simpsons.
They bought Fox.
Or sorry, I shouldn't say bought them. I should say that they have
acquired the
Disney
rights.
Plus. Yeah, because I don't know what Disney's doing.
Buying out
This is going
every
on another
goddamn
tangent.
conglomerate with entertainment you can think of.
I wonder. Okay, I wanted to actually go because I had stories that related to your stories, but I also have opinions on this. We'll wait. Disney's not important.
Well, what were you gonna say originally? We were talking.
I'm surprised that they are taking cartoons and stuff that are kind of risque.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to show you. There's a clip of a video that I found on YouTube of another podcast that I listened to, Your Mom's House, and I want to show you this because it's kind of important for us in a certain way, as podcasters. But so where Disney owns now, they're getting more rights to all the Marvel characters.
They have every right, I thought.
They now just got Deadpool a while ago.
So Deadpool is now a Disney princess.
Deadpool is one of the highest selling R-rated movies of all time.
I saw them both.
It's now
in
owned by Disney. Who fucking panders to kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they know they have rights to with Fox, 20th Century Fox. Again, the Alien franchise is owned by 20th Century Fox, so that makes them
now owned by.
I think so, and that makes.
Does that include Prometheus and shit?
I don't know. I can't remember probably, but that means Sigourney Weaver is a Disney princess. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Going back on that.
Yeah. I'm not a big Sigourney Weaver.
Everybody grills me for being a huge Sigourney fan. I think she's one of the most beautiful, talented, and I get shit, jokingly. It's like you know what, Sigourney
I think she's
Weaver.
Talented.
I think she's
personally, and
sexy
I'm not,
as hell.
That's the thing. I don't find her attractive. I'm not saying she's not attractive.
There's no Dana, only
I am not
Zool.
shaming
Come
this.
on.
I am not shaming this person by any means. I do not find her attractive. Everybody can find everybody attractive.
Oh yeah, everybody finds
but
different
I just
people.
don't find her that attractive. And not that it deters me from her movies or anything like that, because I actually watched Ghostbusters the other day and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, that's one of my favorites, and she was in it, and one
just
of
because I saw the trailer for the new Ghostbusters and I was like,
that looks good. By the way, you gonna go see it?
Yeah, man. Paul Rudd.
It's also done by Ivan Reitman's son, by the way.
In that too. So Paul Rudd always does great. He's a very, very likable character actor. He does mostly the same guy. He's him, but
the lovable goof.
But I'll tell you though, he's done movies where he's not like that. He did a movie called The Catcher Was a Spy, And it was about, it's a true story about an MLB player who was a catcher in Major League Baseball, but he was also
KGB.
a spy. No, like for
No, I
America, like CIA-ish type shit.
Really?
And yeah. And so like the catcher was a spy, and he played this guy. And it wasn't like his goofy comedy shit that he does.
It's more of a...
It was but he's also, he does like, he's a great actor. I think as popular as he is, I still think he's underrated.
Yeah, I think so too, because like every movie I've ever seen him in, he's great.
Every movie, and that's the thing. Every movie that you see him in is a good movie.
The first thing I ever saw him in wasn't even a movie. He was in
Friends.
No, well that, but he was also as I think a teenager or even probably younger maybe. He was in one of the first runnings of the Super Nintendo launch commercials back in the early 90s.
Oh, really?
It was him playing it on a huge screen. You can probably bring that up too. That was probably one of his very first roles. It was him.
Oh, probably
playing
commercial.
It was the launch of the Super Nintendo, and that was one of his earliest, if not the early roles that he ever done. And yeah, Paul Rudd is probably up there as one of my favorite actors of all time. And I've loved him in everything he's done. I know you don't like Rush, but he was...
Wait. Oh, no, yes.
Okay, because he was
yes,
in...
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
When they break
I love
in their...
You, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Jason
the bass.
Segel.
Slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass. You put the bass up that high? Well... Only when we air bass. But yeah, no, like he's...
That made me love him even more.
He's a very talented...
and likable character.
And he's his
person even.
In a lot of the movies he did, like with
he doesn't age either. He does not age.
No, he doesn't. A lot of the movies he did with like the Anchorman movies. A lot of ad-libbing. A lot of ad-libbing. Which like I admire. Like as a person who wants to be, I don't know even what to call it. I want to be a musician. I'd be an actor. I'd be a comedian. I'll do whatever it takes. Just get me out of my day job.
You a stripper.
As a person who got too many love handles for that.
I think they're hot blonde. A lot of people, I'm not into blondes. I'm more into brunettes or redheads. But
hot blonde with love handles.
Yeah,
he's very he's actually he inspires me. Paul Rudd, if you ever listen to our podcast, come on our podcast.
You want to be on the podcast?
I'll hashtag you in the YouTube hashtag things.
Oh Christ.
But, anyway, so I want to say it's funny that you had that story with the girlfriend, because I had a girlfriend who we were together, we broke up. It was mixed between long distance and whatnots.
Cute,
but beautiful. And
did I ever meet her? No.
Yeah.
And
so she lived away. Now we broke up, and then a few months later we started to reconnect, and then we started to make plans. But in this time, I met somebody, and it wasn't, the person I met wasn't expecting to be like a long-term relationship, but we had our fling, whatever it was, and she knew about that. But that was the thing, like that was like there was kind of a vice versa. When we first met, I dug her. We met, knew each other for a week before she was going away on another trip. But then, again, we're not like fucking boyfriend, girlfriend. We're just like, we just met. She went away. She didn't know if I was still going to be into her when she came back, yada, yada, yada. So she slept with somebody when she was away. And I found that out a long time later. And I was very upset about that. And then it kind of got like vice versa with me in this other situation. And honestly, when I think about it now, because I was upset with her, like very upset that she did that at the beginning of our relationship, and I never knew. And then she was upset that I just did this at the beginning of the second term of our relationship. She didn't know.
Second term? What are you? Was she president?
So it's like, the in-between things.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like, and it was just something that I like. It's when it's so gray of an area that you guys aren't together. Really, like you guys, you're not saying at this point you're boyfriend and girlfriend. You guys are trying to see if you're going to be or continue to be boyfriend and girlfriend.
See if you can rekindle it.
It's it's a hiccup, but again, you're human, and until you make that choice to be monogamous with that person, you can't really. You can't get upset about shit. It's understandable, completely understandable, because you're gonna get upset because it's like, oh well, I love you, but somebody else fucked you or whatever the fuck. Like it's. But again, it's the same thing as like, I'm me now, and I've slept with so many people in the past, and you slept with so many people in the past, and this person slept with so many people in the past. It's really the same thing. The only problem is the only problem is you are knowledgeable of each other's existence during this time.
Yeah. Have you been open with everyone you've been with about your partners? Like, has it come up in every?
If it gets asked, I will say it. I don't like to ask because I don't like to know.
Me too. It's a very awkward situation to tiptoe around. Like, I've been asked, like, and I've been like, yeah, I've been with X amount. It depends on how old I was at the time.
It's very like everybody's different with it. There's different.
It's a very personal question.
And insecurity is the biggest part of all that.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then there's trust, and then there's like, okay, so you meet a person. Say you slept with 10 people, and the person that you want to be with slept with 100 people, and it's like 100 people. You slept with 100 people, and it's like, okay, now at this point, you just met, you like each other a lot. Does it matter? Now you can't control everything. You can't control anything that happened before. Like you can't control anything anyways. But you can't. You have no say in what she did before she met you, or he or she met you.
You weren't part of her life, so.
So what? Like So is it like? Do you have the right to get upset? Not really.
And it's come up in past relationships too with me. I never got upset because one, it was never me. I was never in the picture at that time anyways. I've slept with a good.
You don't
amount
need
of
to
women.
tell us the number.
No, I know. I can't even remember the fucking number. I lost count. It was, I'm not a fucking gigolo.
But Dan lose counts after 3.
3 beers. But it's more than a few. Because when I worked at the hospital for poor services, I was single at one point, and I just kept meeting, women that worked within Capital Health, and then, found out that, I know. But long story short, I got to meet them and get to know them and, maybe hang out with them. And
life's life. You do your thing, and just happenstance or whatever the fuck or whatever. So it's like, people meet and they sleep together. Now today, I find
with all the dating apps now, man.
Yeah, everybody's sleeping with everybody all the time now. So everybody's. I guarantee you, as compared to 50 years ago, everybody's numbers are going through the roof.
Oh yeah. Well, 50, even 10, 15 years ago, people were meeting, there wasn't a lot of apps or...
No.
I mean, I know plenty of fish and shit like that have been around for a while. Been around since I was in high school. But now, with the dating apps on your phone, everybody's fucking. Everybody's fucking.
Everybody gets a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. I know so many friends that, they're single and they're going through it. It's a touch of a button, man. Oh, this chick's... into this, and she's into a lot of the same shit as me.
Me personally, and maybe it comes down to this, but so morally speaking, I think the Tinder dating app thing is just totally strange. It's not. Yeah. It's to me, it's not natural, and I don't think it's a positive evolution in our human way.
How come, in your opinion?
I think it desensitizes you to connection with people.
Which is ironic because it's you're
You're
connecting through
so
the app.
so think of it like this: you have a string, and during the length of that string, you have partners. So each point in the string that you have a partner gets a knot. A knot, a knot, a knot, a knot, a knot, and that string just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's just bombarded with all these little knots. And
sounds like my back.
So and then maybe this is just me or how I perceive that I might feel if I was that way, to do that, to just and to me again, it's like, well, you are capable of giving yourself to umpteen people. Does that take away from you being able to just fully, completely give yourself to one? And I can actually see like almost like it's to me it's like a balance beam of, there's two opinions on this. Okay, I slept with 100 people, none of them are right. 101 is perfect. I'm gonna stick with her. Or I slept with 100 people. I'm addicted to sleeping with people. Found 101, but I still want to sleep with 102, 103, 104, 105.
It's an addiction.
So there's two ways, and it's all the person. Like,
Yep.
You could sleep with 100 people and still meet 101, and then
that's the
bam,
person.
that's the one, and you know fucking nothing. It's just you and that person for the rest of your life. Or you slept with 100 people and you're just so addicted to sleeping with people or wanting to that you just continue
your numbers
to sleep with people.
still continue to rise.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, and I always look at it on the other side, that side of like, I just feel like if you just keep sleeping with people, like I just feel like it would be harder mentally to feel monogamous. That's how I would feel, or how I perceive I might feel. But I do like, everybody's different, so it's all
and everybody's numbers are going to be different, man. Like, and some people will have low numbers. Some people have had or do have astronomical amount of people, man. Like everybody's different, and the dating scene has become so saturated with all these apps now. It's making it more mechanical than going out and actually going to I know it's old fashioned, but going to a bar and meeting a woman or a man or whatever, and that's more organic to me.
That's the thing. And so now it's like, okay, I want to have sex. Well, like, you used to be able to jerk off to porn. Well, or I could just Tinder somebody.
Choices.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not natural, and more so nowadays, and I think it's statistically proven, correct me if I'm wrong, that there's more single people, there's more open relationships, there's, I would assume, more infidelity, but and it's bringing us where it's really, again, it's separating us. So I understand that the old days of a man and wife being together, it's like it's a team to support each other. Not everybody feels or needs to have another person with them to, build that business with. To have families, to have procreation, like, you want to bring up a kid. It really, the only time now that I see it is if when somebody wants a kid, they find somebody, have the kid with them, and then they try to build that business up as like, this business is that family. But most of the time now, people, again, there's more people not getting married, just career, they call it career orientation, like, fucking, that movie,
Jingle All the Way.
Mike Judge.
Oh, Idiocracy.
Yeah, Idiocracy.
Still one of the finest
Still
pieces
pertains.
of film. Oh, it
still pertains.
life. It's life imitating art, but Let's be real. Let's be real here.
No,
it's actually a lot of it's become reality for a lot of shit.
Yeah. Remember, like President Camacho was like our fucking Donald Trump's our first of our President Camachos.
Yeah, no kidding. Like it's become a reality in a lot of respects.
You know,
man. Like
but also I do see certain things too of
my balls. Come on.
Well, that's actually the thing. It's like Big Brother's trying to like make us all fucking, the same and get rid of shaming and like, social media kind of went to show like how many people are dicks. So stop being a dick to people because people are different and yada yada yada.
Just love one another, man.
So I understand that and appreciate that because I've been picked on. I don't like to pick on people, but at the same time, a joke is a joke. If it's funny, it's funny. Sometimes you just shouldn't be getting offended.
Almost 2020 now,
but also sometimes somebody shouldn't say certain things.
So Donald Trump, if you're listening,
Donald Trump, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
That's not happening.
Never
impeach.
You know when he actually, because they were supposed to do the president's correspondence dinner, where it's almost like just a roast of the president. They didn't do that. Trump didn't do that. Though there is a roast of Trump.
There is and it was awkward as fuck. Why would you
obviously?
I mean,
he cannot.
Pauly D, I think his name was, from Jersey Shore was on it, and it was just one of the Jersey Shore assholes is on it, and it was just awkward.
Actually, I find roast weird nowadays because
some of them.
You have people who are just like, why is this person okay? I
roasts have been going on since like.
You pick a person who's kind of like, there's a couple friends, but then you have a person who like comes in and they're just that they're a person who's known through the media, good, bad, whatever it is, somehow they're known. It's like, okay, they don't have a personal relationship with this person. I don't think if you don't know this person, you should not be roasting this person. It's like me going up to a fucking stranger in the street and starting making fun of their fucking clothes. It's like, I don't know how they're going to take it. I don't know them. If I start making fun of your clothes, well, we're just going to start ripping each other. Right?
Yeah, but it's only good fun with the
That's
roast.
for us. But also in that case, so it's like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
Like, now, okay, a different case. If it's a comedian, if all of a sudden, like, Dave Chappelle comes to roast me, it's like, I'll let Dave Chappelle roast me fucking for a week. Like,
if Joe Rogan comes in, man.
Joe Rogan, you want to fucking, but if fucking, like, fucking Joe Biden is like coming to roast me, it's like, I don't know this fucking guy. I don't give a fuck about Joe Biden.
You don't even know. Well,
I mean, me.
It depends on the person too, right? Like, Sigourney Weaver came here and roasted me. It's like, all right, give me your fucking best shot, man. But I've always found the celebrity roast, fucking hilarious. So except the Trump one, that was bullshit. The Trump roast of bad. Bob Saget though was genius.
All his friends.
Oh yeah,
all his friends, and
shitting
all of
on
them
each
understand Bob Saget's sense of humor.
Yeah, apparently he was always like that, even back when he was doing Full House and like America's Funniest Home Videos. Apparently he was always a dirty. He always had a dirty side to him, but he wouldn't know it from his, clean cut family persona, right?
Yeah,
so
it was very strange that way.
But, can we take a break for a minute? Yeah. Pause it for now. Hey, we're back. Had to get up and walk around. Balls were beginning to chafe, so kind of wanted to I needed a beer anyway, so.
When your balls chafe, get a beer.
Yep. Maybe take a pee break. So, coming to the end of the show.
So, our Christmas show and
our first ever Christmas show. Thanks for all 3 viewers out there that have supported us. Are you all set? Or are you just putting on the final touches to everything you need to do for Christmas? Like,
no,
visiting
actually,
wise and
fuck. I really don't want to talk about much about my Christmas gifts. That's my problem because I know my mom listens.
Don't give away.
Yeah.
Did I say what I'm giving my parents in the beginning?
Kinda, I think.
I didn't. Oh, I did too. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So, Mom, Dad, if you're listening, turn this off. from the
Do
beginning.
you know if your parents listen?
Probably not. They know of it, but
My mom does because she's Snoopy.
I would like to get my mom. Actually, maybe I will get my mom into it now because she's more tech savvy now.
She can just listen to the podcast while she's listening. Oh, actually, I want to say something actually too, because I know what you got your mother.
Yep.
I got my mother that me and my brother went splits on some wireless headphones for my mother for her birthday a few years ago.
Right.
Same like wireless Bose headphones that I have, but they're Bluetooth, and she is just now starting to get her music thing set up on her phone so she can listen to all that shit now.
Yeah,
too.
like it's a great
Yeah.
idea because I know my mom.
And I thought like
Loves it.
where they're Bluetooth speakers,
Hmm.
like headphones, like she cleans a lot, so it's like, oh, she can just listen to do whatever while she's
See,
doing whatever.
I love when I'm cleaning, and my headphones just recently broke. They're an older pair that I had for college. And I'm doing housework or whatever, cleaning up the house. I like to have, if I don't want to bother the neighbors or Emily, I'll have my fucking own headphones on and just blast my music. I think listening to music gets me through any chore so much fucking easier. It's funner. You get, get your fucking best music going, man. I love fucking music to begin with. And I have a select kind of like playlist I have sometimes, or I'll just go balls out and listen to whatever, man. I think music is fucking amazing to begin with, but it's a great gift. The gift of music, and like giving my mom the headphones, and like your mother, who's obviously listening to music on her phone too. I think it's a great gift. And Mom, if you're listening, I hope you like it.
Yep. It's and fuck, I feel like there's something else, but I forget.
That's your show, folks.
This is us keeping it real.
Are you doing much traveling or visiting over there?
No, I just going to my parents' house. I just stay over my like with my mom, like Christmas.
They're
Eve.
local here though, right? They're close by, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're like I said earlier in the car. We were gonna go to Cape Breton. The plans have changed. The place we were gonna stay at is not ready yet. And that's where the Christmas gathering was gonna be. So we're staying in town this year for I think a second time in a row because me and Emily bounce back and forth for our holidays. So
yeah, when you have like a family, like she's from Cape Breton.
yeah,
so
she's from
family's
rural
like
Cape Breton too. And it's harder to get out there in the winter too. But I mean, whatever.
When you guys were living in Port Hawkesbury, where's she from?
Iona. So
How
it's
how-
central Cape Breton on the Bredor Lakes.
Okay, so how far from where you guys were living in Port
Uh,
Hawkesbury? An hour?
Hour-ish, a little over an hour, I believe. It's from
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
yeah. We were in Port Hawkesbury, which is just 5 minutes from the causeway. So I'd say an hour and a half.
Okay.
She's pretty much dead center in the island, so she's right on the Bredor Lakes where she grew up. Beautiful place. Anybody that has not been to Iona, please do yourself a favor. Go.
Has a nice name.
Huh?
Iona.
Iona, yeah. The waters of Iona, and that's the thing.
The paradise of Iona.
It is. It's a little isolated because you got to take some back roads, some kind of dangerous back roads. But once you're out there, I mean, you are in paradise. There is a thing called the Highland Village, which is it's a period set place where the first settlers of Cape Breton from Scotland, I guess, came. And it's basically they have Highland cattle and all the animals you would have had when the settlers first, arrived here in Cape Breton. So that's a thing.
Like
And they
so,
have-
like people, actors, I guess. Would
Yeah,
be there.
like actors, like
'Cause I did that when I was like in grade 6. We went to Sherwood Village. And,
Oh, yeah.
we were there for like 3 days, but since we were living in the village for those 3 days, we had to dress
the
like
part.
then. So I had to wear knickers and shit. And,
yeah, that's what they did too.
Yeah. So
Full
like,
garb.
yeah.
It's beautiful. I think, and it's all like old grass huts and like what they
Back in the day when people had to work for their food.
yeah, and farm and like actually
Before
make
cocaine and weed and
Yep.
everything else came through and
ruined everything.
ruined everything.
Or maybe it made it better. Unless you're government
I mean,
weed.
it's either made it better or it made it worse.
Unless you're buying from the
We
government.
still don't know yet. We'll know more in another couple hundred years how well the human species is doing.
Pretty much.
It's really funny because you really look at how humans are now. Anybody listening to this podcast, just know I have kind of like a little disdain for humanity. But again, it's like, back in the day, you had to work.
So you're a
like,
misanthrope.
you
Is that safe to say?
I thought about that before, and I don't know. I have to.
Should we explain what I'm talking about, or
You can.
misanthropy is basically a disdain and a hatred for humankind, kind
But
of
see,
thing.
like I don't like.
If you listen to
I
Dino
have a
Borgir, they
disdain.
sing a lot of
I
it.
have a disdain for ignorance.
Yeah.
In many different forms, because I just think most ignorance comes from people's own self-loathing or shit like that.
Yeah.
And you should not. Now people take shit out on people all the time. And now, yeah, we've had wars since the dawn of humanity.
Mhm.
Everybody's fighting for something. Good, bad, whatever the fuck it is. Difference now is what I'm getting to is you didn't have fat people 100 years ago. You did. You had
did,
fucking maybe fucking Churchill and shit like that.
Yeah.
But Johnny fucking Farmer is not fat.
You have a lot more obese people.
Yeah, because you had to work. Like, you were
Yeah.
farming every day, and and these people didn't fucking die of cancer. They fucking
died of dysentery.
yeah, like it's like you were healthy.
Or scurvy or
like,
the plague.
There was issues like
Yep.
that, but also in a general sense, if you were pretty much secluded, you and your family, you farm your own food, raise your own cattle, eat your own shit, and you're fucking waking up at 6 o'clock every morning to prepare dinner for 6 o'clock at night. Like, it takes you 12 hours to pretty much kill your food, fucking dig up your food, whatever the fuck you're doing for your food.
Yep.
You're working for your food. You're not gonna get fat.
Well,
now.
Well,
it's like you sit and you make your money, and you can get fatter and fatter. And
well,
still
since
make
the
your money.
dawn of the fast food chain, that's definitely changed
I
a lot
don't
of.
understand how there's that many animals. Like, I just don't like how.
They're all
How
farmed.
many cows alone are McDonald's killing if they're using cow meat?
Could
But
Could
we'll
be
just
human.
assume that they're using cow meat. But how many cows are they killing? There's a McDonald's. There's like 5, 6 in this city alone,
well, more than that.
and we are not a fucking massive city.
Mm.
You look in New York, there's probably a McDonald's in every block.
We're
So-
a capital city, but we're not.
but we're still.
we're nowhere near like Toronto or Vancouver. Or
There's a
New
huge
York.
difference between small Canadian cities and even a small American city.
Mm.
But how many cows are just for McDonald's? Okay, so you have McDonald's. Okay, well, how many cows for Wendy's?
Mm.
How many cows for Harvey's?
Burger
How
King.
many cows for A&W?
Burger King and
How many cows for just the restaurants, the high end, the low end, the fucking, how many cows for the fucking food trucks? Think of, and I heard the number, and I'm thinking it's about 800. Fuck, I want to find out for sure. Fucking spit this to find out how many cows are actually killed a year. So I'm gonna use Google.
in North America.
How many cows are killed a year in North America for fast food? Oh, the one time she doesn't speak. Seriously, it's been a pain in my ass. There are more than 200 million animals are killed for food around the world every day. More than 200 million animals are killed for food around the world every day.
A lot.
That comes out to 72 billion land animals killed for food around the world every year.
A lot.
72 billion animals.
Billion with a B.
That's like 9 times. Sorry, no, 10 times the amount of humans on Earth.
Yeah. That's a lot.
So that's 10 animals per person. Full animals.
Yep.
A pig, a cow,
Sheep.
Sheep.
chicken,
I don't really
turkey.
eat sheep too much.
No, lamb. But I mean, but that's a lot.
And that's land animals. That's not even fish.
And birds and fucking.
You eat fish, birds, like
Yeah.
like. I'm not
That's
a
a lot.
vegetarian. I like meat, but
Mm.
I do not like the way that we do it.
Kill and process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly-
I've seen some really disgusting video on how meat is processed. It's nightmare.
Now, if you
inducing,
look back
like-
in the day, few hundred years
Mm.
ago, like the pioneers and shit, you have your own cattle, you
Mm.
have your own fucking food, you have your own cow, you have your own chicken,
Mm.
you grow your own potatoes. Like, you know, one cow, if you can, I don't know how well they can refrigerate shit back in the day, but one cow should be able to feed a family
Mhm.
for a few months.
Off the meat,
Yeah.
you would think.
I would, and this is if also too you're using the full cow. So like, you know, I know like fucking they make haggis in Scotland out of fucking sheep stomachs and shit like that. So like
Yeah.
you're using the full cow, you're using the full pig, yada yada yada.
Royale with cheese and France.
But yeah, like now it's just like, and I notice it too in the grocery stores. And listeners, look at it. If you find a piece of steak and you see, I'll give you a bone better. A piece of chicken. You look at boneless, skinless chicken breasts
Mhm.
that you buy at Sobeys. You'll see all these lines through it, almost like it's marble.
Mhm.
You know, that's fascia. That's not fat.
Mhm.
It's not muscle. It's not skin. It's fascia. It's what grows in between the muscle when the muscle doesn't grow.
Mhm.
That's what you're eating. It's not nutritious. It's fascia. It's fucking.
I've never heard of that.
It's what's between our skin and our muscles. It's
Fisha.
fascia. It's the white that you see, like marbleized.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so.
I don't think
If
I've ever heard of that.
if I was 200 years ago, your chicken ain't gonna have that
Yeah.
at all. You go down Mexico way, like
Mhm.
South America, their chickens don't have that at all. Like here, because our chicken is fucking pumped with steroids and it doesn't
Yeah.
get proper exercise, we're faking its muscles.
Yeah.
And it's not. They're still not building because they're not exercised. You fucking have a chicken in a cage the size of a chicken. It's
Yeah.
like, what do you expect? And like, yeah, your percentage of meat intake when you ate a chicken breast 200 years ago as compared to what you're eating now, same size chicken breasts, you're only getting like maybe 60% the meat that you would have gotten.
See, I didn't know that. I did not know that. You learn something new on the show every day, man.
And I tried to go free range for my eggs. I started off with the eggs. Hurt my stomach to hell, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like I can eat fucking regular fucking eggs that like you buy at
Mhm.
Sobeys, but when I went free range, it fucking hurt.
Like stomach pains and like sharp pain, like after you eat them right away.
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, for like an
Interesting.
hour. Like,
Shit.
and because I was trying to figure it out, because like I started, like, it was basically like, you know, me trying to start healthy dieting, eating shit like that. I always
Yeah.
try different shit all the time, but that one was like, okay,
Backfired on you.
I'd wake up in the morning, you know, do my shit, make my eggs, and I'd mix maybe some like spinach, some onion in there, and then I was like, I was getting hurt, and I was like, okay, I'll take out the spinach, I'll take out the onion, I'll take out the yolk. Still fucking hurt. My body is not used to real food.
Uh-huh.
Though I've been assuming I've been eating real food.
What is real food?
Something
Really?
that's been fucking like free range is really the only real, like, you know, like it's the most, like, you know, aside, like, okay, no, even still, most vegetables that you find, Walmart's not going to have real vegetables. They're not getting that from a fucking farmer. You're getting some of that fucking dyeing their red peppers red, you know.
Or painting them in a
It's like,
fucking-
how is every one of your red peppers so perfect looking? your food should not look
Mm.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on. And also how it's all raised, like, you know, there's pesticides and everything.
Yep.
And you have fucking all that shit. But
Mm.
fucking Johnny Farmer fucking raised his own cow from fucking like birth. He pulled that cow out of another cow and he raised that cow himself. He feeds that cow his hay. That cow has a fucking acre of land to run around on.
Yep.
To fucking do that shit. Now you kill that cow.
You have a great
5
life
years
until they're
later.
dead.
You kill that cow 5 years later for food, and it's like that's good meat. But what's McDonald's using? They're not using Johnny Farmer's cow. They're using a cow that's in a fucking cage the size of a fucking cow.
Yeah.
Same as KFC's using a fucking chicken that's in a cage the size of
Yeah.
a fucking chicken. It's like
I can't. You know what? I can't. Speaking of which, you know what fucking hurts me and hurts my body? I can't eat. Like hardly. I can't eat McDonald's anymore. Not one piece of food unless it's like the fucking pancakes. McDonald's burgers. I know we're name dropping here. We probably shouldn't, but
I
anytime.
don't care about this shit.
Yeah.
I hope they listen.
Well, McDonald's. Ronald, if you're listening, their shit hurts my body. Like I had to shit. Like 10 minutes later. It's not good for anybody.
Nah,
You know what? I made my own fucking burgers with my wife last night from meat we found at the grocery store. And we got home, put our own fucking fixings in it, put them on the grill. You know, you're done. You eat the burger. I feel fucking fantastic. If I eat a McDonald's burger, I feel like shit. I feel gross. I got to shit 10 minutes later.
half the shit you're eating is like fake food.
It's processed bullshit.
And I get cravings for McDonald's because there's a flavor to McDonald's.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
same thing. There's
shit.
a flavor to Tim Hortons. There's a flavor to like
Yeah.
Wendy's. Yeah, you know.
Although
and
I do
sometimes
love
I
the
get a
chicken
craving.
nuggets, though, man.
I hate the chicken nuggets, but
I love-
I do like the two things that
You
I
don't
like
like the
from
purple
McDonald's
paste that they make?
best are a nice Big Mac and also the cheeseburger, just regular little.
Now, do you eat a
cheeseburger.
lot of fast food? You work.
No.
You work during the day. You're pretty.
I don't eat fast food. Like if I am going to get fast food, there's three places I go to. I'm either going to get shawarma from Mezza.
Great food.
I'm either going to get a sub of some sort from Subway,
Plastic.
partially, and which
There's no
like okay,
bread.
I'll say that too. Like you know, for the
Although I do like Subway.
Subway has more nutritious options. Yes, their food is still processed, but again, it's not as bad as like McDonald's plastic food. And Quiznos, the other one, which
I love
is-
Quiznos. I don't even know if there's any in the city anymore.
There's one in Bears Lake.
Of course it is. Way the
I used to
fuck
work
out.
at Quiznos downtown, but that place went out of business eventually, I guess. But
There was one in Woodlawn by me.
the one in Bears Lake is so when I was working at Quiznos downtown, which was off of Spring Garden, off the main strip.
Yeah, I remember.
So like people really didn't know it was there. But say like we would make a fifth of what Bears Lake would make. And Bears Lake made like they were top 3, top 4 in Canada. Like Canada.
Really?
Like Bears Lake's Quiznos is one of the biggest Quiznos in Canada.
Really?
When was the last time you saw a Quiznos commercial?
I don't know if I remember. Were those ones with the really ratty looking cat looking things? And
I don't remember.
yeah, I was doing that too.
It's been a while.
Yeah, you know
But
what though?
honestly, Quiznos was good food. And
I
I worked at Quiznos. I worked at Subway. I only found
Eat
shawarma a
fresh.
couple of years ago, and shawarma is like one of my favorites.
Did you ever meet Jared?
No.
Probably for the best.
Well, not for me. He wouldn't molest me, I'm sure.
Well, when I was living in Fredericton for the year, there's a Quiznos around the corner from where I was at. I frequented it too because, you know, if I was going to work, I didn't have time to make a lunch. I was like, oh, there's Quiznos there. And I like Quiznos. They have more of a selection.
They have a
in their-
different selection than Subway.
A better
It's a different way
selection.
than Subway. And Subway has a taste. Quiznos has a taste. I like both of them. I like
I don't
shawarma.
mind Subway.
I'll get like, and I like Wendy's actually too. I actually like their spicy Asiago chicken sandwich. That's the only thing I really get from there. It's almost like that for me for restaurants. There's like a food that I like that I get a craving for, so I will go to that restaurant for that at that time. Most of the time,
Yeah.
like I love Subway's meatball subs. I will say this now: there is not enough meatball sandwich subs in Halifax.
I make my own. Make your own.
I could, but I don't wanna. I want somebody better to make it, and I want to eat it and enjoy
Now-
it more so than I would enjoy my own.
Here's a food that I would never ever think that I would ever love, and ended up absolutely adoring it. Sushi. We were out to Sushi Nami, I think, here in Halifax one time. It was me and my fiance and possibly a couple other friends.
You have a wife and a fiance?
Well, we're not married yet.
Well, you called her your wife earlier. Now you're saying you have a fiance
No,
too.
technically my fiance.
Which one
but
do you marry?
We're basically pretty much.
They're all the same
or
person.
common law. Anyways, we were out to Sushi Nami, and I ordered a teriyaki bowl, which is cooked food, cooked meat. Emily was ordering maki, which is sushi rolls, which is not cooked. I was like, that looks interesting. Can I try one of your rolls? And it was
What's in
sushi.
it?
So this tastes incredible. Anyways, long story short, I fucking love sushi now. We just went to sushi on Friday, and
What's the name of that thing? The
maki.
maki. What's
Yeah,
in it?
it's a sushi roll. It looks like the traditional.
But
like
was there's raw fish in it?
yeah, it can be
what is
raw
it?
fish.
What did she have? Like what? Do you
well,
know
we
what
ordered-
raw fish was in it.
We ordered 4 things. Barbecue eel. It's good. Sweet potato, spicy salmon, and whitefish tuna one.
Yeah.
The whitefish tuna, it was all good. My favorite is the spicy tuna, but the whitefish tuna was to die for.
I mean the spicy salmon.
Yeah,
Was
it's
your favorite?
spicy tuna is good too.
Yeah, no, like
Have you ever had sushi before?
not like the raw fish part of it. Like I've had like
Mm.
the vegetable shit and rice shit.
You
I
gotta
just-
try maki.
I am not. I
You
don't
gotta
li-
try the
I
fish
don't like
maki, dude.
seafood. Like I like a couple of fish. Like I'll eat haddock. I'll eat salmon.
Cooked.
Cooked, absolutely cooked. I love.
All
tuna.
right.
You know,
Next
tuna and shit.
podcast, I'm
But
gonna
I
bring
don't-
you over some
Nah,
maki.
I won't eat it.
I did that to my parents. They
I
liked it.
I don't. No, I won't.
Fine, I'll take the rest then if you don't eat it.
It's just I don't like. I hate crab, lobster. I hate fucking. I don't
love
like
lobster.
salt. So like most of the fucking fish in the world fucking tastes like salt. So like, I just don't like it. And also, I'm scared of the ocean,
Mm.
just because it's it's people call it silly and shit, but it's
What?
not our domain. There's squids, giant squids.
Mm.
There's sharks. We don't live there. We like
So it's like the deep sea creatures.
if a
man.
fucking squid
Mhm.
grabs your leg, you're fucked.
Yeah.
There is nothing
Mm.
you will ever be able to do because it'll take its other fucking 7 tentacles,
Mm.
grab your other leg, and bring you into its fucking beak and chew your fucking skull like it's a fucking piece of gum.
Mm.
It's guh. Like the ocean scares the fucking shit out of me, and I've been in the
Now-
ocean. I can swim in shallow water, but like sharks.
Is this coming from experience? Did
No,
something
it's
happen?
just
How
because
did the ocean hurt you? Show me on this chart what the
it
ocean
did not
you.
hurt me.
Hmm.
The ocean did not have to hurt me for me to be scared of it, which also shows its benevolence, because we can't see in there. We
Mhm.
don't know what's in there. You telling me that, okay, I'm going to fucking Crystal Crescent to go swim in the ocean. Oh, you're not going to fucking, there's no sharks there. There's no squids there. There's no octopus there. They can go wherever the fuck they want any given time.
Oh, there's been great white spotted out there, man.
Yes, I know. There's been a dead shark on there. People are telling me, it's like, oh, sharks don't
Mhm.
eat. Yeah, sharks will eat a fucking human.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care if it's
Mhm.
not common,
Mhm.
but they will.
Yep.
And you know what won't? If I stay on land, they won't eat me.
Yeah, well, I can't swim to save my life, anyways, man. Like,
That
so I
you-
never.
Yeah,
I don't
John
like.
couldn't either. He said,
No,
like,
John can't swim.
why?
I don't like
if
the
you guys,
fact. Well, I just don't like the notion of not having anything to support me underneath my, because I can't wade in water very well either.
See, like I can
So I
swim
can't-
decently, and so I'm not like
Hmm.
I'm not scared.
I
of
almost drowned,
water.
and Jonathan almost drowned as well.
Yeah, me too.
So that's scared.
I
the
was
fuck-
like, dude, I'm like right there right now. Like I was
Hmm.
probably 6-ish, but I was in my mother's boyfriend's parents' pool, and I was in the deep end. But I remember myself, like I remember the water like going above my head and me falling down and all that shit. But I was never scared of water. Like I'll jump in any pool. I don't care how deep it is. Like I don't care about that. I don't like. I'll jump in almost any lake. I don't care how deep it is.
Mm.
The ocean just scares me because I just don't know what the fuck's in it.
You'd hate the deep. You'd hate deep sea.
Yeah, it's
diving
because
and-
again, I don't. We okay. I will put $100 down right now that there is an animal at least my size in the ocean that we have not seen yet. I'll put $100 on that. Now,
Yeah, I can see that. Especially
that
the deep
it
sea
might be
animals.
fucking it might be 20,000 fucking feet below the
Mhm.
surface, or at some spot where we just can't. Our cameras won't work because there's too much pressure and all that shit. But there's something there.
Well, there've been documented footage and pictures of some deep sea fish, and some of them are fucking terrifying. A lot of them look like fucking something out of the fucking Alien franchise, man.
Well, no,
like,
that's actually the thing. Like all like these like the fish, like octopus and all this shit, and what's down there, like cuttlefish. And all
Mm.
that, these are ugly creatures.
They're very.
It does also make me honestly believe that if these are creatures like this on our planet, then there's creatures like this on other planets at least.
Mhm.
At the very least. And I don't assume, or I would assume, even in our solar system, somewheres, there is an organism of some sort that looks more like a fish than anything else on some other planet, or planet's moon, or
Could
whatever.
also
the
be
fuck.
Mars or Jupiter.
I don't think Mars. I think Mars at one point was a habitable planet for something.
Yeah, look at Total Recall.
No, well, Total Recall kind of exaggerated shit, but
Do you
there's ice on
Hmm.
Mars. Where there's ice, there's water. So we don't know what's underneath Mars, and we only know that it's just very dry and like all that shit on top, and it's like atmosphere is fucked up. But this is what we see, what we've only just been able to see the last however long, compared to the billions of years that everything has been around. So I think that maybe it was like Mars was like could have popped up and had some some sort of life on it, maybe not human or maybe not intelligent or whatever the fuck, and we just lucked out on this planet here. But what some of the other moons around the other planets like Titan or whatever the fuck, I don't. There's one that's like a lot of water and shit. Like they think that one of these moons it's pretty much ice around it, and there's water inside it, and most of the time it's like water geysers that are shooting up hundreds of miles into the air off this moon. Well, that means there's water. So that means there's oxygen and hydrogen underneath all that ice. There's fucking things on this planet that can survive deep, deep pressure, deep, deep cold, deep, deep heat, everything. Then there might be something that could just popped up there.
It
could just be
I'm
fish.
wondering how many
ice.
species we have not discovered down in the ocean yet. Like,
Dude, so many.
like at the very bottom of the ocean. Like,
There's bottoms. There's pieces of. Okay. We've explored. I think they say like 5% of the ocean. 5%.
It's not a lot.
To me, like
Is that
that's a
documented?
coast of
Is that-
some. That's
is
a
that-
coast of a
that's-
fucking.
That's been documented though.
island. Yeah, It's,
5%,
I might be.
that seems-
I,
that seems
don't
very
quote me on
low.
that. It's around. It is very low though. It is very very low. Like how? Actually, yeah, I'll Google that too. Watch this.
Speaking of which,
Watch my brain at work. Hey,
or overwork.
how much of the ocean has been explored? 5%.
Whoa, really?
How much of the ocean have we explored? It is said that humans have managed to explore about 5% of the ocean floor.
Interesting.
5%.
Why is it that low though? Well, I know the pressure is a lot down there, and it's very. It's
The pressure is the
freezing.
biggest thing.
Mm.
The pressure is
If
the
we
biggest
could
thing
create a
because-
vessel that can go down all the way though, which
But again, it's still like
you're risking oxygen depletion and
I have to piss.
yeah.
I'll come back because I have thoughts,
Uh,
knowledge.
we'll just cut this part out.
So yeah, you number one, you need to have a device like a submarine itself that is capable of withstanding that pressure, which we do not have.
We don't have a single submarine that can go that deep.
I don't know. Deepest
5%. That's fucking shocking.
It's been 5% since the 90s too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
We need to get
the
out there.
maximum depth, the deepest is 10,911 meters,
Hmm.
35,797 feet. So they built a little sub to go down there, but you're not going to get like a military sub to go down there.
Hmm.
So say 10,000 meters, 35,000 feet.
Was that a manned sub? I wonder.
I don't know, but probably I'd assume.
Wow. Imagine
But
if
it's
we
just
had.
because it's just like it's the weight of the ocean
Yep. Yeah, that
is
you know,
on you.
if you were to, no
So-
human could survive the bottom on their own. The bottom of the ocean it would
no,
crush you.
no. Like a human could barely like I don't know after. Fuck, I don't even know.
That's the deepest you've gone.
15 feet.
That's not even 5%.
And then my ears pop, and then my ears
Oh,
start
yeah.
to hurt, and I'm like, "Fuck that!" But you know, you need a pressurized system. You need something to fucking contain it. It's fucking scary shit.
I mean,
Anyways, besides that, so yeah, 5%. We have no idea what's on 95%
Of
of
the
the
ocean.
ocean's floor, or 10 feet above the ocean's floor, or 100 feet above the ocean's floor.
yeah. I mean,
like, you know, we see giant squid. There's prehistoric fucking animals that still fucking come up and die. Like, you know, I remember maybe it was like 10 years ago in Japan, like a prehistoric shark was like came up to a shallow thing, a shark that's never been seen before,
Mm.
came up and you could see it. It was fucking old looking as fuck. Came up and died. And like we don't know. There's no like real finite lifespan to sharks and whales aside from us killing it.
yeah. I've often, well, I should say
Or
often-
something killing
I
it.
wonder, like, what is the lifespan of a shark? Like, how long?
It's about 200 years.
A shark?
Yeah.
Because I know like tortoises and shit can
They're
Live
good.
for-
Live about 100.
look up lifespan of a shark. Google's happening to be the best.
Google is. I wonder if we'll get. I wonder if like Google's algorithm will go through there. Lifespan of sharks.
It's a little
Okay,
different
what
from
kind
your...
of shark lives the longest? Okay, here we go. Longest lived vertebrate is Greenland shark. Wait, longest lived vertebrate is Greenland shark. Lifespan of 400 years.
What?
Summary: Greenland sharks live at least as long as 400 years, and they reach sexual maturity at about the age of 150.
Imagine wait. Oh man, 150 to be
Before
sexually
you're gonna
mature.
fucking bang. 150 years before you bang. But yeah, so I don't know which fucking shark they said the 30.
Look
20
up
to
oldest
30
living
years.
fish.
I wonder. Okay, wait. Oldest living creature ever found. Let me do that. Oldest living creature ever found. The oldest.
According to USAtoday.com, the oldest animal ever known lived from 1499 until the day recently.
Well, that's the pizza, folks. Good night. We should wrap up anyways. Emily will be coming in soon.
Okay. Had a hiccup in the podcast, but the
Mm.
oldest animal ever known lived from 1499 until the day researchers cracked its shell open, killing it in the process. Ming, an ocean quahog
Quahog, Rhode Island.
from the species Antarctica islandica, was initially thought to be a record-setting 402 years old.
402.
Yeah. This is USA Today. Scientists accidentally
Oh
killed
yeah, I
world.
trust
oh.
them for science.
Science accidentally killed world's oldest animal at age 507.
What was the animal?
Quahog.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh fuck.
All right.
Wait.
We should wrap up.
Yeah. Okay.
We got enough. Should we do like
All
an
right.
outro?
So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hold on, wait. We'll do edit that part out. Because Emily wants to go to supper in a bit, not now, so we got time to hang.
Why don't you tell her to bring supper here?
She's going to the house. I wish. So Merry Christmas, folks. Try not to
Jump
go
in the
down
ocean.
deep sea fishing here anytime soon. You see if you can outlast the oldest fish in Norway. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. We'll see you back in 2020. Good night.
And
And
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye. What's your dress again?